Should I just mute myself? No? We're good. We're good. We're good.
We're good?
We're good.
I don't know. We're good?
We're good.
We're good?
Yeah. Welcome back, everybody, to the A.J.I show. Episode 44. I'm pretty sure it's episode 44.
Episode something.
If you're not already following, please do and share this with all of your friends, your families, your brothers, your sisters, your moms, your dads, your aunts, your uncles, and your cats, dogs, owners. And let's get on with today's episode.
Why'd you growl?
Today we have for you another nerding out episode.
It's just a filler episode.
We got the backup plan.
Yeah, it's just a filler episode.
What did I text you?
You texted me and asked me if I wanted to come to a podcast, and he said, "Who's the best podcast backup?" And I said, "I am."
You are. That was funny.
It
right
was
off
funny.
the dome, came up with that. Right off the brain.
Right off the dome. He needs someone for the filler episodes.
No,
this is where
yeah.
no character development is made.
Yeah, we just had a lot of busyness this past weekend, and just didn't really have the time to record a podcast. I mean, I guess we could have, but we just did not have the energy. And then after, we were like, oh, we can just do it later in the week. And then we were like, we actually cannot. We can't even do it Thursday at all because Jerry's going to start serving, and then she's got to work a double on Thursday. So she's not going to be able to, and she's going to be working that night. And by the time she gets home, she's not going to want to record.
And that's where the backup comes in.
So Jacob's here.
I'm the backup J.
Yep.
Yep. A.J.I, it's me. I'm the backup.
How's your week been? Yeah.
The first day, at least. Well, it's all been kind of terrible.
No.
But I don't work anymore, so I don't have to think about it.
You don't work anymore?
I'm off for the week. That's why I'm here.
Oh, for the week?
Yeah. I work 3 days one week and 4 days the next week.
Oh, yeah.
I work 12 hours, so I'm off for the rest of this week.
I thought you meant like a whole entire week, but
No, I'm off until Sunday.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
I went to the dentist this morning. More dentist talk. I know these people are probably tired of me talking about the dentist, but I got my crown. I can finally eat chips.
Nice.
Yeah, before this, it was like it felt like they just wrapped hard gum around my
that's what they
nub.
basically do.
And
That's
then,
when I had to get a crown, mine came off. My temporary crown just popped off. Yeah, it just came off.
Ooh. Hey, did you put it back on or no?
I just went into the dentist. It was like 3 days after I went back in, and they just went, oh, I didn't put it back on.
Oh.
And then I got my actual crown. And still, sometimes I feel like there's stuff underneath it.
Yeah.
I'll be eating something, and it feels like it's up and in there. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, mine feels... It's like weird. It's like smooth on one side, and then it's like sharp on the outside.
I've got two. I've got top and bottom crowns, right? Like it's the same tooth, top and bottom. So,
Is it the very, very back?
Second to last.
Did you get a root canal on those ones?
I was supposed to, but my roots twist around each other. So my roots don't look like this. They go like that. They get all twisted. So they end up looking more like this, but with a third one. And so every time I go to root canal, they go, yeah, this is what it looks like. I just go pull the tooth. So I'm missing a tooth on this side. And then these ones, they just...
Wait, they all look like that?
Anytime they do, I just tell them to pull the tooth. The crowns, they weren't they weren't as bad. So they were just like, hey, we're just going to crown. And I went, all right. But it happened because the tooth got chipped and it just rotted from the inside out.
Oh.
Yeah, but I can never feel the pain until I go to the dentist and they like check them, and I'm like, you motherfuckers. It's gonna hurt for a month. Yeah.
No, it was getting my root canal. It was weird. Like, I thought it was gonna hurt a lot more than it did, and they numbed me up so much better than the actual dentist did.
Yeah.
Like when I go to the dentist, like my entire face is numb, and it still ends up hurting a little bit, right? But when I went to get my root canal, they just like did like 2 pokes, My gum didn't hurt very bad. And then when they started, I was like, ooh, like it hurts a little. Like I can feel it still a little bit. And then they did a little bit. And it was like so isolated. It was so perfectly isolated, like the numbness. And it was just it was a good experience. I still hated it.
Oh yeah, I hate the dentist. I give up.
Still hated.
Shots. I just give up on them at some point. Like I think the most I've had was the one main one, the one big one, and 13 boosters. And I still felt the entirety of being at the dentist, and like it was during my root canal, and I just sat there in pain and let him finish, and then he goes, "Yeah, you're gonna have to go to a specialist." I went, "Pull the tooth."
Right now?
Yeah, no. I looked at my eyes and went, "Pull the tooth." Are you sure? I went, "Pull the tooth." I do not want this tooth anymore. I don't need it. It's not helping anything at all. So now I just have a gap and then a molar.
Oh my goodness!
I'm just gonna get one of those metal bottle cap openers.
Genius.
Swiss Army mouth.
Yeah, they said I could pull it, but I considered, because I was like, I know root canals are freaking expensive. If I just get my tooth pulled, like I'm just gonna have a gap there. I don't really want a gap there. And I was like, I'm just gonna get a root canal.
Okay.
So yeah, and then like the way that they drill into your roots, and they have this like little twisty thing. They like it's like bendy, but it's like metal, and it's like no. So it's bendy. It's very very skinny. It's metal. And they twist and they put it up into the root, and then it's like a little drill, and it twists and it pulls the root out. It feels so weird.
Well, I don't have experience in that feeling, because they just had when they realized the roots were twisted, they just stuck stuff into the roots so they could X-ray it again. So I just had a bunch of like metal raw, like I don't know if it was metal or plastic, but sticking in the bottom of my roots so they could show me that they couldn't reach all the way down because they were twisted.
What?
That was fun.
Yeah, you teeth are weird.
But they don't hurt until I go to I could have a cavity right now and I wouldn't know until I go to the dentist. And they're like, by the way, you have a cavity. And then
you don't eat like sweets and it hurts your teeth?
No.
No?
The only time it would ever hurt is cold water.
Oh.
But no, sometimes the pain happens and it's a 3-day thing, and then it just doesn't happen again for months.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my issue. Every time I drank cold water, it was like, it hurt really bad.
Yeah.
That was my issue. And then, all because they tried to fill a cavity, and then it messed it up. And I had to freaking spend almost $500 to get the whole procedure.
I paid $70 just for cleaning one time. I was so mad. That was the copay price.
What?
It was $70.
Even with insurance?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I'm not going here again. Hell no. $70. I'll go to the child's dentist and shave the beard. I'll look
I get free cleanings.
Where you go?
Well, it's because my insurance.
Yeah, where do you go?
The one next to the high school.
Like by the Chevron?
Yeah.
Like the police station?
No. They used to be at the police station, then they moved.
Where's it by the high school then?
It's like right next to the seminary building, like across the street.
I gotta go check that place out. I went to the one at the police station.
They used to be over there.
Yeah, there was like 2 or 3 of them over there.
Oh, I see.
There still is like 2 or 3 of them. It's just like a dentist. You go walk down the hallway and this dentist is on both sides.
I mean, it's still like, a cleaning, the original price is like $100 and something, right?
Yeah, but I can check it out at least.
But my insurance, it gives me 2 free cleanings a year. So they'll pay for my cleanings each time, and I only do 2 a year.
But I can still check it out.
I get 2 cleanings a year.
Cheaper.
Oh man, hey.
Because I don't know how much mine was.
You still on your parents' insurance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm riding that out. I'm not getting off of it until one of 2 things happens. Because I think when I get married, I have to get off legally or turn 25.
26, I think. I believe it is.
Then I'm riding it out until one of those 2 things happens.
Yeah,
might as well. That saves me money. I don't have to pay for insurance.
I was having a hip issue. I was having a hip issue, right? But I couldn't go to the doctor. They can see you.
I know that.
It's his, what is it? Melatonin diffuser.
It's for my asthma.
But...
Sorry, did you want me to... Better?
Yeah.
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 All right.
Where was I? What was I saying?
Don't do drugs unless you're 21. Then do whatever you want.
Yeah, it caught me off guard.
Yeah, you're gonna watch this back and you'll see.
Yeah, where was I? What was I talking about?
Hip issue.
Oh yeah, my hip issue. Yeah, so I had my hip issue, right? And I've needed to go to the doctor, right? I had to figure this out because it was hurting for like 1-2 years at this point, and I was like, I can't go to doctors or else I'm gonna have to pay a lot of money because like my parents' deductible is like a certain amount and it's like quite a bit or whatever. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna get on
Your own.
the insurance from my work, and as soon as I did that and as soon as it came into effect, I didn't have the pain in my hip anymore. And so I've still been paying for this health insurance out of my paycheck through my work, and I haven't needed to go to the doctors.
That's so funny. I don't get the insurance through my work. But I don't care enough to do it yet. Once I need to, I will.
I also have vision and dental through them.
Vision, dental. But
the vision and dental is really cheap to work.
My mom, well, it's not my mom's. I want my stepdad's insurance. And his vision's great. I get 2 free pair of glasses. I can get 2 pairs of glasses a year.
Oh. See, I don't know all the details about my
I don't even know that.
Vision.
They try to give me one for contacts, the glasses place, and I went, hell no. I'm not getting contacts.
Have you ever tried contacts?
No, hell no.
No?
I will not.
Why?
Because I can't get anything close to my eye.
Well, I can't either, but I would love to have contacts.
I don't mind the glasses. Because I can.
I like the glasses and whatnot, but like when you want to wear a helmet, when you want to wear sunglasses, stuff like that.
Just get a pair and break them. Well,
break
sunglasses, you can get like prescription glasses that turn to sunglasses in the sun.
Well, I know that, but I don't really want to. I want to just.
You can also get
put on
prescription Ray-Bans.
Like I just want to put on a Ray.
That's prescription sunglasses. They have some that aren't Ray-Bans. They have cheaper ones.
But then, like, you wear them outside, and then you go inside, then you gotta swap glasses.
I think you're just being a little bit lazy about it.
Maybe it would just be a lot better just to have contact lenses.
The blind people glasses where they have to, like, where you just put the big pair of sunglasses over. You look great.
I have those.
And you look great.
Those are the glasses I wore to EDC. They're like big and clunky. They look cool. No, but I have a much slimmer pair that basically just perfectly fit right over these.
Just click onto it.
No, well, it's like another pair of sunglasses. They just have room for the.
I know. I was just saying, like, it's slim enough that it's almost just like it's clicking to it. So it's like almost just.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's what I have.
So it doesn't just like shake around.
They kind of look like Ray-Bans.
Yeah. Then what are you complaining about?
Because I don't want to. I just want to put. I want to be a regular person. Put on regular.
Go get prescription sunglasses.
No, no.
I'll get you prescription.
Because then I have to do another adult thing and go.
I've got to go.
Vision place.
I can't stand those glasses. I like my other pair, but my other pair, they're the metal ones, and they screw in on the sides to hold the lens in.
They broke.
Fell out. So I have to take them somewhere and be like, "Hey, I need a screw. I need someone to fix this."
Wait, were they the more circular ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ones that I look better in.
Yeah. I see. Why don't you like those? Why'd you pick those in the first place?
These are my backups in case the ones broke.
These are my backups.
Yeah.
Because I had other ones. Usually I get like the full plastic ones, the ones that look like kind of like Ray-Bans, right? Mm. And then I'll get ones like these that are kind of metal and have the little nose thingy.
Yeah, the ones I had were.
I like the plastic ones always break.
Yeah, these are metal. These are all metal. All the ones I have are metal, but I like the other ones better because they're bigger, so I don't see the outline of them of the frames as much.
Yeah, I used to think it was so cool to have glasses when I was a kid. I was like, man, I want glasses when I grow up. No, you stupid idiot! You don't want glasses.
You see, that was the opposite.
God.
We didn't know that I needed glasses until I was an adult. And I was like, yeah, I can't see anything out of my left eye. And I have astigmatism, so every light I look at is blurry or looks like a star. So, like, driving at night is terrible for me.
Well, everything looks like everything. same with me. It's like all stars or fucking freaking
You
out.
don't have astigmatism, my guy? A defective lens in your eye?
Probably, but it doesn't bother me.
It bothers me. Like I can't drive at night, and then if it's raining at night, I just have to stay wherever I'm at because I can't see anything because it reflects off the raindrops.
I don't really. I don't know. I feel like I might have it, but then again, I don't know. It seems like it's not that much of a bother to me. So maybe I don't have it. I don't know.
It's just not that bad, but mine's in one eye, and it's my.
So what does it look like with your other eye?
This eye, as far as I can tell, this is completely normal. Nothing is blurry. Everything looks fine. This eye, all fucked up. Like even with the glasses on, shit's still blurry.
Well, so what does that light look like?
Well, that one has a diffuser, so it's just blurry. But if you took like the light cover off and it was just the light, it would be a star. It would look, like when you look at the sun, and it's actually like a star, like a really bright star, like
it's got like the little pokey things on it. Yeah.
My mom calls them starburst.
Yeah, I mean that's a good way to describe it.
Yeah, or like on cars, it'll be a star, or it'll just be like streaks of light, like you're like a highlighter, like you drew with a highlighter off the light, and it just goes all the way.
Yeah, mine usually goes up, down, left, right.
Yeah, but then when it rains and there's water all over the road and the windshield, and I'm driving, it makes everything 10 times worse. Like raining in at night. Raining during the day is fine. I can deal with that. But if it's raining at night,
I always thought I only saw those lines because of my windshield.
No, like I'll drive with glasses. Without glasses doesn't help. I have to get contacts to fix the astigmatism, basically, and I'm not going to.
Well, if you can get contacts to fix astigmatism, why won't the glasses fix it?
Because I think the contacts are more like lenses directly around your eyeball.
Well,
I don't know if it fixes 100%. They just told me I needed to come in, and I went no.
When's that?
I could be wrong. So,
yeah.
So I like that you went. Welcome to the nerd episode, and now we've been talking about adult stuff.
Yeah, we've been.
You had something you wanted to ask me too before this. And you're like, oh, well, wait.
Oh yeah, have you watched Ironheart yet?
I will not. I have not, and I don't think I'm going to.
Why? Do you know what happens? I know you know what happens.
Yeah, like Mephisto's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I like the introduced Mephisto. I'm happy they did. Now I just hope they do something.
Freaking Bullrat, the actor of Bullrat from Mephisto. No way.
It's great though. It's great. I love that he's Mephisto. They chose a good character. Not a good character, good actor.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'll watch it because I don't think I can get myself to watch it.
Yeah, I wasn't originally gonna watch it either, and then I was like, Mephisto. Well, now I gotta see how this plays out. And it's really weird. I enjoyed it. And
Tony Stark would be Tony Stark if he wasn't a billionaire.
We're gonna go to that thing.
No. I was just quoting a line.
No.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps. Yes, Tony Stark is Tony Stark if he wasn't a millionaire. What is it? Is it Iron Man 3 where he lands in... He's trying to find the Mandarin? Is that Iron Man 3?
No.
No, it's Iron Man 2. No.
Iron Man 3 is the hot guy.
Then it's Iron Man 2, yeah. It's Iron Man 2.
At least I
think. When he crash lands and his suit stops working and he finds that kid and he like rebuilds his suit in the kid's shed. But he goes to the convenience store and makes up like grenades out of just regular appliances.
Yeah.
Household like things. And a taser glove.
So then what's the whole argument? Is that Riri isn't as smart as Tony Stark?
Well, I think what the point she's trying to make is, do you think he would be able to do what he did if he wasn't a billionaire? I think that's the point.
So would he be able to do what he did if he wasn't a billionaire?
I think so. He's smart enough that he would figure it out.
Yeah, I feel like
it might take him longer, but I think he still could.
100% helps that he's a billionaire.
Oh, for sure.
All the resources and stuff like that.
I think he could even if he wasn't.
No.
Because there's a What If comic where instead of Reed Richard and I can't remember his name, but Dr. Doom, instead of them meeting in college, it's Tony Stark and Victor Von Doom. It's Victor. They meet each other, and Victor makes a machine that switches Tony Stark in Victor's body. So Tony Stark in Victor's body gets to put it back to Latveria. And he still makes a suit living in Latveria, where he's effectively poor and broke. So he still is Tony Stark without the money.
Yeah. So now,
and I know in the comics how Ironheart works is it's during the comics of Armor Wars where a bunch of his blueprints get leaked. Riri gets her hands on one of them and reverse engineers a suit. I believe that is how that works. So she takes what is already set up and reinvents it so it's her own.
I see.
So by that logic, she was handed the perfect footprint to do what she was trying to do.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she's not smart by any means.
So with spoiler alerts, okay. So with
Ironheart.
with Riri making a deal with Mephisto at the very end.
So her AI friend came to life?
Yeah, her real friend came back to life, right?
Oh, so was it a real friend that died, then she made the AI of her real friend?
Mm-hmm.
And it was glitchy, and then she made the deal with Mephisto and she came to life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So do you know of any like comics where it shows that she makes a deal with Mephisto?
I don't. I know at one point Peter makes a deal with Mephisto.
For why?
Spider-Man. So instead of Doctor Strange making the deal, where the Peter talking to Doctor Strange to like erase his memory after everyone finds out, it's Mephisto.
Huh.
So he goes to talk to Mephisto about it, and then a bunch of things goes wrong, and he gets upset with Mephisto.
Does he beat Mephisto?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Also, a thing was, oh no.
What?
I think your freaking volume
Is low as hell?
Yeah.
Probably. You're just gonna have to turn me up.
Well, poop. Okay, talk.
Hello. But I also have been sitting back here the whole time trying to talk and not a screaming voice. Because otherwise I can talk like this.
Okay, a little too much.
Hello.
I mean, you can move it as well.
I can't. I'm taller than your normal co-star, so I'd have to.
You're fine. Just lean. I mean, you really don't gotta talk that loud either. You're like, okay. Oh yeah, I was in the show. It said like, Mephisto like kind of laughs at Riri for accusing him to be Dormammu.
Yeah, and he says Dormammu's not fit to wipe my glorious ass.
Yeah,
or something along the lines of that. Yeah, I've seen that.
So is Mephisto that much more powerful than Dormammu?
Yeah, he's the devil. He's the equivalent of Satan.
Oh, okay. So I thought he was.
That's why in the show he goes. People have come go. I've been known by a lot of names, and then he says his name's Mephisto.
Oh.
So, DC Comics has Lucifer, like the actual angel Lucifer. Yeah. And if you've seen the Netflix show Lucifer, that is DC. When you watch, there's an episode of The Legends where they travel to his world, his dimension.
I have seen that.
And it's Earth 666. And they ask for him to get Green Arrow's soul back from hell. So they canonly said that Lucifer from the Lucifer TV shows, where he is a detective in Los Angeles, is the DC character of Lucifer, which is, I believe, the second or third most powerful character in DC.
Earth 666.
Because 666 is the devil's number.
Okay, I see.
And he's
that makes sense.
And it's just like the angels are the only thing that there's no other like superheroes really. There's just the angels are their own heroes and villains.
Huh?
Because there's Lucifer, Amenadiel. I think those are the two main like heroes. There's God, who basically just gets Alzheimer's and starts to lose control of his powers. And then Lucifer becomes God.
What's that? What's the one show where they have freaking Humperdoo?
Oh, Preacher. I love Preacher.
I've never watched it, but it seems so very interesting. You got the butt face guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, they call him Ass Face.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes to hell in an accident.
And then just a bunch
Hitler's there. Hitler gets freed from hell, works at a subway, and starts a new regime with just the subway employees, and somehow they get a tank.
I gotta watch that, dude.
It's so good.
It sounds so interesting.
Really, and then Humperdoo gets the powers of the main character, and they go through cloning him a bunch until they find one that's perfect. And you just watch Humperdoo, like, because if you're not compatible with it, you explode. And so they just show a bunch of Humperdoos exploding. Like he tries to command someone to do something and just explodes.
Oh my god!
Like the first scene you see is a preacher in Africa getting this power because it's a half devil, half demon, half angel baby. So you have to be equally as good as you are bad. So equally as righteous as you are unrighteous.
That was preacher.
That happened to be because he used to be a criminal and then he turned into a preacher.
Oh,
and when it got to this African church and got to this preacher, everyone started praising him, thinking he was a Messiah. He thought he was a Messiah. He told everyone to be quiet. Everyone shut up. Then he exploded.
Who did? Preacher did?
The preacher in so it goes. So it starts by going to different preachers, different people trying to find one that's compatible.
Oh,
so it's looking, it's searching for someone, and the first one it finds, he makes one command, because what the power is, what they call it, is the word of God.
Yeah.
When he commands it, it happens.
Yeah.
And when he tells a church to be silent after they are celebrating that they found the Messiah, he just explodes. And that's like one of the first things you see in the first episode. It's just him explode into a cloud of blood, covering everybody that's in the church with him.
And then I seen the butt face guy.
Yes.
He tells him to go to hell.
And he goes to hell.
Boom.
Yeah.
It's
and
crazy.
It's an accident, yeah.
And then he becomes an enemy of him.
So Ass Faces, his whole backstory is he gets people frame him for, I think it's assaulting a girl or something along those lines. And so he tries to kill himself with a shotgun, but he misses. And so it just blows his mouth off.
Oh.
And so it can't heal all the way like a normal mouth. So his mouth looks like a butthole, and he's missing like parts of his nose. And so he has to drink everything through a straw.
I see.
And then there's an Irish vampire in it, and at one point he gets captured by the church, and they infinitely circumcise him.
Infinitely?
Because he's a vampire, so it grows back.
Oh.
So they just keep doing it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's a great show. It's really messed up, but it's a good show.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, but I have not seen I Heart yet. I'm going to see. Are you coming on Saturday?
Oh, I forgot about that.
To go see the new Superman New Hope, I think.
Oh yeah, you said you're seeing that at 7:00.
7:10 is when the showing starts.
7:10.
But that's when like the ads and stuff start rolling.
I don't know if I'll be able to make it.
2-hour and 9-minute movie. It doesn't matter. I'll come over afterwards if you guys aren't already sleeping.
Yeah. I'm not sure I'll be able to make it, so don't wait up on me at all.
I won't spoil it for you.
Yeah, I will watch it eventually. But
yeah,
I mean, if you want to spoil it for me, that's fine. I'm not to that person like, don't spoil it.
That's fair. And then
other than like very specific things, like there are some things where I'm like, don't spoil it for me.
Next week is Fantastic Four.
Next week? I think so. No. What?
I think so.
It's on the 25th.
That's next week.
And it's the 9th.
No, then it's in 2 weeks.
Yeah. 2 weeks. 2 weeks and 2 days.
Oh, we might be at the lake, huh?
2 weeks, 2 days. Yep. Yeah, we need to plan a day for the lake.
Well, it's I'm just waiting for my dad to let me know when we're...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you said either the 24th or 25th.
Yeah, that's the day I told him, so I'm just waiting for him to tell me.
Oh, me and Jerry got to request that day off, too.
Yeah, if so I'll text him again today to get him figured out. I'm excited for have you seen all the animes? All the seasons that have been announced that are coming out?
Oh, I watched the first episode of Garakimu.
I've not seen that.
The garbage anime.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that. It looked pretty alright from the first episode.
Season 2 of Kaiju number 8 has started.
I seen that, but that was just an extra episode. Like it wasn't.
Okay.
Like,
it started.
Yeah, but yeah, it started. That's the most important thing.
Weekends again. I think Fire Force is still going strong.
Dan.
My Dress Up Darling. I think not a married couple, but More Than Lovers. There's so many. It was such a good month for me.
Yeah.
For anime wise, I get to watch so many. I'm so excited.
Rise of the Shield Hero Season 4 came out as well.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
I will be getting drunk and doing that.
I was about to watch the first episode of Season 4, then I was like, oh, I didn't even watch the last episode of Season 3. That was the only episode I missed, so I had to watch. I watched that while I was at the gym.
Except for the new episodes that I haven't watched.
But yeah, that came out. That kind of was just like I went on Crunchyroll and then I seen that pop up. I was like, what?
Yeah, they all came out while I was in Mexico.
When?
Have you seen To Be Hero yet?
Yes, I'm all caught up with that.
Okay, I have
just finished the most recent episode today.
4 episodes behind because I was in Mexico while a bunch of them were released. How do you like it?
I'm loving all the characters that they introduce.
I've seen up to
a little.
Cyan.
I'm a little confused
With what?
where they're going with all this. I mean, like, someone's gonna be Hero X, right? But how are all of them gonna come together?
Well, so we know
like what's going
have
on.
You watched the intro, right? We know who Hero X. There's also
the guy with the glasses, that
white suit. When he snaps, it changes dimensions.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that when they're fighting, you can hear a snap and then it changes? The fight scene changes.
What?
When you're watching the episodes and they're fighting somebody and it changes art style, that's the dimensions switching.
Oh, really? Well, that they've only switched the art styles like twice.
It was the first hero.
Yeah, the first hero.
Whenever he got in a fight, it switched. Then it was with the second hero, and then Cyan's power is always activated, so it's always that art style. Because her power is.
But in the current the newest yeah, in the newest two heroes, I don't think it switches. Just stayed anime, like the anime.
Well, are their power? Do they have a power that's kind of like going all the time? Because Lucky Cyan, her power is when she sings to you after you.
The last one doesn't even have a power.
Oh, and he's a hero?
Not yet.
Okay, well then I don't know about that. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what it seems like to me. But I think it's cool, and
that's why I've been wondering. I was like, why haven't they switched the animation style back? I like how the power
scaling works because it's just a very upfront. The more people that trust you and like you as a hero, the stronger you are.
Yeah.
So there's not really like a hero that isn't rank 10 that doesn't have as many people who like him will not be as strong as a rank 10 unless he can reach that level.
Right.
So I think it's super cool.
Very interesting power.
And it shows that very well when it's the second hero. The second guy, Axel or Isol.
Isol, yeah.
It's new Isol versus old Isol. It shows that very well when they're fighting, and you see their popularity spiking.
I forgot who won. It was
Isol.
Okay.
Yeah, you can tell, and afterwards, but he loses his arm, so he looks like old Isol because he loses his arm by the end of the fight. But when it shows the hero at the end, it's this retro suit that old Isol used to have.
Mm-hmm. Now, something that confuses me about To Be Hero, I like how do they get their powers? Like, okay, so I get Nice.
Well,
that's what his name is, right?
It starts as Nice, but then
he inherits.
By the end of it, he's just himself, and he's still a hero.
But like how? Like what determines their type of power, right?
Well, so because Nice already had powers, this is gonna be spoilers, and the guy who replaced Nice was just acting as Nice. Everyone had already trusted him that he was Nice, so he already was given the same powers because they trusted that that's what he was going to do.
Okay.
So and it was kind of the same thing with Isol.
Mm-hmm.
It was a guy acting as Isol for children's parties. They trusted him to be Isol, so he got the same powers as Isol.
Yeah.
I think Lucky Cyan could sing already, and it probably was just like something that the parents would say to people, like, "Oh, well, she sings really beautifully, and if you listen, it's like good luck." And so I'm guessing it's just kind of what people think and are assuming you're going to do. Oh, like the guy, like the Stan Strong, like the guy who was in the Nice Stan Strong.
Yeah.
His whole thing was he saved a girl by standing strong, by holding firm. And so everyone trusted him to hold firm and always stand strong. And they trusted him so much that he could not lay down. He basically couldn't sleep standing up. He couldn't bend his knees.
That was so funny. I was like, oh my God.
So I think it's based on what they watch you do, and then they trust you to continue to do that.
And then, that comes to like the next hero that you're gonna see. Yeah, the next hero you're gonna see, like, how do you explain her powers? It was weird. Yeah. I woke up early today. I woke up really early. I woke up like 6:20.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go into this. Huh? I haven't slept today yet.
Well, that's not my fault. Listen, if you slept and then woke up,
I was at work.
Well, I know.
I haven't slept since 4:00 yesterday.
Since 4.
Like PM yesterday. That's when I woke up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then, so your bedtime should be...
8 o'clock when I get home.
8
But
o'clock.
I'm going to go home and play games instead.
Are you going to go sleep at all?
No, I don't work. Why would I go to sleep?
Because you're tired?
Well, when I get tired enough to pass out playing games, then I'll go to sleep.
Yeah, I still gotta work. Yeah, I've taken on more work. I've honestly barely been playing games lately. I know.
You should get Peak. It's so goofy.
I
It's
should.
so much fun.
But dude, my freaking computer's run out of space.
Uninstall a game.
But like all the games I have are the games I like to play.
You can uninstall Repo. We don't play Repo very often.
Okay.
We play Friends versus Friends fairly often whenever you can get on and play with us. We get on Friends versus Friends.
But then I also, like, those are just small games, so I don't need to delete them,
Repo
right?
also has all the mods. That you get to uninstall with it.
Wait, so if I just uninstall Repo, will it uninstall all the mods?
No, the mods are on a mod manager, so you can just uninstall the mod manager because I don't think you use it for any other games.
Uh-uh.
Then you just uninstall mod manager and it should uninstall everything.
Is it Overwolf?
It's the Thunder Store.
Oh.
So,
I see.
I'm excited for Superman movie. I'm excited for all the villains in it and the heroes that the trailer showed, and I'm hoping that we get to see more.
I think we talked about this before,
Yeah, we talked about it
but remind me again who...
Heroes or villains?
Both. Okay, so...
There's one villain that I'm not sure of. I don't know what his name is, but I know that Ultraman is in it, which in regular
Ultraman?
in regular DC Comics, I believe Ultraman is an evil variant of Superman from a different Earth.
Oh.
So I'm seeing how that's going to work. I'm excited to see how that's going to work. But then Lex Luthor, we've got Metamorpho, I think the Engineer. There's a kaiju in it. And there is a superhero that another country sends to fight Superman. Because he helps in a war, and everyone assumes he was doing it because the U.S. told him to. And there's a scene in the trailer where Superman's getting interviewed by Lois Lane, and Superman kind of freaks out. And he's like, because Lois Lane is like, well, why would you do that? Like, why would you go over there? And he freaks out. He's like, people were going to die. And it very much shows how Superman works, and I really like it. And then Heroes, I believe it shows Mr. Terrific, Hawkwoman, Hawk Girl, and Green Lantern. I just can't remember which Green Lantern is, but it's the Irish one.
I was about to say Scottish one.
Oh, is he Scottish? It's
I don't know.
I can't remember what it is, but I just know there's a comic where Batman, or there's a
Irish
comic and
sounds right.
There is a comic, and I think in Batman Beyond, it shows him knocking him out. Batman knocking him out with one punch after he smack talks Batman.
Knocking out Green Lantern?
Yeah, the specific one I'm talking about. The red hair one, yeah, because he starts talking mad smack, and there's Batman one punches him and knocks him out. I'm really hoping that Robert Pattinson's Batman is the Batman that this Superman's connected to.
That would be pretty cool.
It would be super cool.
That would be really cool.
And then I know James Gunn has said he's having trouble finding a woman for an actress for Wonder Woman. Me and another one of my friends, we were talking about this. We're like, just go back to Old Faithful. She did good at it the first time. Do it again.
Old Faithful?
Faithful.
Who?
I can't remember her name. The one that's in with Henry Cavill Superman in the Justice League.
Oh, her? Yeah.
Yeah, she's really good. I think she's really good.
Yeah.
Have to recast Flash. I don't want to see Ezra Miller on the screen again. In a Flash.
They should just keep Grant Gustin. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, he was asked if he ever was in the DCU, who would he the DC, DC, I guess DCCU, DC Cinematic Universe, who would he play? And he just went Flash.
Dude,
he was great.
Gotta.
He was great. Don't have it connected to the show at all, though. Do not. Please don't.
Well,
I wouldn't like it because it wouldn't give
I guess
as much creative, capability if they already had relationships set up. Set up.
I mean, just keeping him having him as a multiversal variant of him.
Yeah.
Then
It would be pretty.
Yeah, because being able to see Grant Gustin with all of that like cinematic, like
with the
CGI,
cinematic money,
yeah, with all that, it
Big
would be
Papa's money?
so good. They would have
would be
so
great.
much possibilities of making just the
And
aura farming that he would have.
I would really like to see how James Gunn would handle filming him running in super speed.
That would be so good.
So it would be really cool.
What do you think has been the best like speedster adaptation? Because I know I really
them run.
Yeah,
I don't think the CW did a great job at that. I'm not gonna lie.
I really like the MCU's what's her name in the Eternals.
I don't remember her name.
What's her name? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and it shows.
I thought that was a great.
I think that's really good.
I thought that was great.
In the Flash, have you seen the Flash movie?
Yeah.
With the scene where he's helping people that from the hospital that exploded, and it shows the clouds of smoke, and when you watch it slowly, you can see him standing there and looking around, trying to figure out what to do next. I really like that because it just shows they're fast enough that they can sit there for a second and be like, okay, hold on, I've got to do this. But if they show the Flash, they need to show him with how his mind works, because he doesn't need to stop.
Gotta have flash time, dude. You gotta have some sort of flash
stop
time
to think. His brain works just as fast as he can run.
Wait, so you say you didn't really like the CW's version of it?
How they show him running in super speed, I think it looks a little bit too weird.
Oh, like his whole run, Ezra Miller's run, or what?
No, CW is the show, not the movie.
Oh yeah, no, the show's a little weird.
Yeah, Ezra Miller, he was basically ice skating when you watch it.
Yeah. And they gotta have Grant Gustin's running form with the way that they interpreted Ezra Miller's speed form.
I just don't want to see him as Flash because he did some terrible things.
Because
I don't want to see Ezra Miller as Flash.
But when he saved Iris in the DC,
in the movie,
in the movie, how he saved Iris, going through the glass, poking it,
yeah, but
very
that's
slowly. Like turning, breaking
that
the
part's
shoes.
Really good.
It's so good.
I like that. I like the running in the Flash movie was all right. I didn't enjoy it too much.
Mm-hmm.
Because it kind of just felt like it didn't feel like we were in super speed with him. It felt like we were just running at the same pace, and so it made it feel like it was all happening at the same speed. At least in my opinion.
Yeah.
So. But I enjoyed the little scenes of him when he was saving everybody. He's sitting there and he's like, okay, hold on, I got to take a second. What am I doing next?
Yeah.
But I would like to see a Flash in a movie. Super speed, super brain, all of it. Seem able to think quickly, but he's still goofy. He's still Flash.
Yeah. What about Quicksilver?
Oh, I love this scene with Quicksilver in the MCU where he's running around the kitchen and he's pushing just barely touching stuff.
Do you like that one better than the explosion one?
I would have to say probably.
Yeah.
Because it shows him and it shows him running. It kind of shows everything in slow motion. We're all saying in slow motion. But then when he stops, everything happens. And they give you things to help you kind of figure out how fast he's going. You've got the Wolverine claws that are coming out slowly.
The bullets firing.
So when he lands, he lands and Wolverine's claws are fully popped. Everyone's already done and down for the count.
Yeah.
So that I did enjoy that scene. But that's how speedsters should be touching stuff. They don't need be touching things very gently, because they're running with the speed they're running. If they're moving things the way that they would normally move things, it would probably just demolish everything in the path. But that's why Ezra Miller's running is so smart, because it's like he's ice skating. So he's not he's not necessarily putting pressure on the ground. He's sliding himself across the ground.
Oh, okay. I see. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
You've seen the whole I guess the science I want to say science
Physics
breakdown. Yeah. If that actually were to happen in that Quicksilver kitchen scene, where when he moves the bullets, they wouldn't, after he moved it, they wouldn't just be going straight.
Yeah, they'd be moving the trajectory he pushed them, because the stronger force would be taking over.
Mm-hmm.
So, but in some of them, he's just kind of bumping them to the side, so they would still just go the other way.
Oh my gosh.
So, what he was trying to do still would have happened, because he was still just moving them. The whole point was to make sure people didn't get hit.
Yeah. But the way that they showed where the bullets hit was you know.
Yeah, so the Quicksilver in the X-Men movies, because I don't think we get really any Quicksilver scenes in like the Age of Ultron movie.
No, it just shows him running past.
Yeah.
It doesn't show any
like slow motion thing. I know it actually does. It shows him grabbing Mjolnir, the hammer, Thor's hammer.
Oh, that's.
It shows. I know it shows that where he grabs. He's like, oh look, and he grabs it, and as soon as he touches it, he flies back because he's not worthy.
Yeah, but that was man.
Yeah, it was a nice scene.
I would really love for them to wait. Are they bringing back what's the actor's name of X-Men's Quicksilver? I know they brought him back for WandaVision.
Yeah, he was in. Well, cause it was really funny in WandaVision because everybody knew that wasn't Quicksilver, so they went. She recasted him because it's a show. WandaVision's whole, like the living situation is like it's a show. Like that's how it's presented, and so like they recast him because they know that wasn't Pietro.
Oh.
Because it looks different. It's not. They knew it wasn't the same Quicksilver. Wanda did too. But Quicksilver was dead. So he had to technically get recasted. So I would really I can't remember his name now that you said it, but I know he's also in American Horror Story. He plays Jeffrey Dahmer in Dahmer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he did a great goofy.
Pete,
like
it's Pete something, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it is.
I'm
not gonna freaking look.
But yeah, I think he did a great job. He was very goofy. I liked him as an actor for that.
I think most of them are goofy, except for Speedball.
Who is that?
Speedball accidentally killed a bunch of people. He's a Marvel superhero, a speedster, and he kills a bunch of people and then becomes like the Revenant or something. But and after that, his whole suit's based on causing him pain.
Interesting. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm figuring it out.
I mean, Flash is goofy. Quicksilver's goofy.
Oh wait, is this?
I feel like Quicksilver is more consistently goofy, from what I've seen, than the Flash is consistently goofy. Like in the comic, like not comic, but like the animated shows, Flash is funny. But I don't think they consistently have that aspect.
Evan Peters is the one who plays Quicksilver
throughout the cinematic creations.
I think speedsters, a part of them, they need to be that goofy. They need to be a little bit goofy.
Yeah.
Because I mean, especially the Flash, because of how his life has been. I think he's got to be that. He's got to have that comic relief. Because I mean, he watches his mom dies, tries to stop it, successfully does stop it.
Realizes it was a bad idea.
Has to go back and stop himself from stopping it.
And then it messes.
And then at one point, he watches his mom die again, but as an adult.
What?
Like at least in the CW one, he
watches
goes
his mom
back
die
3
again?
different times. Yeah, he goes back to stop it, goes back to stop him from stopping, and then I think he goes back again, and watches his mom die again. I think I could be wrong.
Well, yeah, because he goes to stop himself from stopping it, and then watches his mom die again. Yeah,
something like that. So, and then he ends up trapping Thawne for a while.
Mm-hmm. I heard they finished off the show. Did they?
I believe so. I stopped watching it when they had his future kids come into it.
Yeah, how long after?
I have no idea. I'm sure it was still good, but it kind of lost me at that point.
Do you remember when they first announced the Flash show?
Yeah,
I was so excited about that.
Yeah, I won't lie though. I liked Green Arrow better.
I never watched Green Arrow.
I liked Green Arrow because Green Arrow was kind of the one that came first.
Yeah. And
then it was the Flash, and then it was Supergirl. I liked Supergirl too. I liked all of them, and just my favorite's Green Arrow.
I never really watched Supergirl.
Legends. I liked the Legends because they pulled some heroes, and then they didn't really see. But you do see Firestorm before. I think in Legends you see Firestorm in the Flash.
Yeah, because he was created in the Flash before.
Yeah, but then it's a different
Legends.
And I don't exactly remember what happens, but then it's a different young guy with the professor after that.
So yeah, it was the white guy that was
fiance, and they thought he had disappeared and died, and then you see him again as Firestorm.
And then they somehow split up into an old guy and a young guy.
Well, because that's how Firestorm works even in the comics. It's a professor and one of his students, and something happens, and then they fuse to become Firestorm, and it's like the old guys, like they fuse, but it's like the old guy's brain and the young guy's brain sharing the young guy's body. Because Firestorm's powers are really cool. If I understand them correctly, he can change the structure of things. So he can basically he's like alchemy.
Oh,
where he can take something and change it to something else.
Okay.
If I'm understanding his powers right, and I don't think he shows that in the Legend show too much.
No,
but I believe it's at least in the comics.
He just got fire powers.
Yeah. But I believe it's like in the comics, it's kind of how it works, is where he can just he can change the molecules, so he can change them into something else. So like lead to gold. I know that he can change in one of the animated series. He changes kryptonite to different versions of kryptonite, and he just keeps going. And like so, he just changes it enough to where it changes the color, and then changing the color changes the effect.
Oh.
Like red kryptonite switches. The red kryptonite is, I think, a random effect every time kryptonite comes in contact with it. But in Smallville, red kryptonite makes Superman evil, so it changes his morals. In one of the comics, it splits him into two personalities. One is good, one is bad. There's another time where it turns all of Superman. I believe it turns Superman's skin translucent, or it's a different kryptonite. Pink one makes Superman gay. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
It makes him really interested in Jimmy Olsen.
Don't know who that is.
Reporter friend that knows he's Superman.
Oh, okay.
I think there's one version of kryptonite that gets him high.
All right.
So it makes him high, like he's been smoking a bunch of weed.
Interesting.
There's another version of kryptonite. I think it's white. I could be wrong, but there is a color, and it takes Kryptonian's powers away permanently.
Mo.
And then I think gold kryptonite will give a human Kryptonian powers permanently.
Interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched the show Pantheon on Netflix?
Pantheon is the one that takes place in what universe? It's like the Jupiter one, right? No, it's Pantheon.
Pantheon. So it's a newer show that they came out with, but it's about uploaded intelligence.
Oh, no, I have not seen that one yet.
That's a good one.
I've seen clips of it, and I want to watch it.
That's a good one.
I was thinking of superhero ones. Do you remember the one animated one on Netflix? The main character has controls lightning, like he can make electricity. It's animated. It's super gory.
Wait, what?
And
on Netflix?
It's on Netflix, and he gets like a crew of villains together, and they try to rob, like a really powerful.
Oh, Super Crooks.
Yeah, I thought you were talking. There's this live action series that's like has the same.
Oh,
I thought you were talking about those. It's
Jupiter's something. Jupiter's Landing. Jupiter's Rising. Jupiter's something.
Yeah, but there's another. I think there's another one.
I haven't watched that. I tried to watch it, but the first episode was really boring to me.
Yeah, Super Crooks was really good. I really like Super Crooks.
They should make
more of that.
Something. That was real good.
Real good.
No, but yeah, this Pantheon show is really good, and by the end of the show, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, because I know a lot about it. Because there's like what 2 or 3 main characters, or is it just like the main 2? There's a boy and a girl.
So.
Because there's a girl because her dad is in the. And uploaded, and then there's the boy who's the clone of her dad.
No, the boy is the clone of basically Steve Jobs.
Oh, okay. I thought that was her dad, though. I thought her dad was like the main guy.
No, her dad was the first guy to be uploaded.
Unwillingly uploaded, correct?
No, he was willing.
Oh, okay.
It just they said it failed, but then it technically didn't fail.
Like he was scattered in the core code, kind of thing.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a lot about it. I haven't seen it yet.
But yeah, by the end of it, it was like, oh, like that would totally make sense if like in our real world, in a way,
Yeah, that's fair.
Because
that is fair.
I don't know. Do you care if I spoil it for you?
No, you're fine.
All right, spoilers. Everybody's watching. But by the end of it, so basically technology keeps advancing so far to where each uploaded intelligence is able to create millions of different of their own universes or realities. And so the main character, she's a girl, and she's creating all of her many different realities and whatnot. And so basically she becomes her own god of all of her different realities. And she tries to recreate the reality that she grew up in.
So she's trying
Right.
to the original. Yeah. So the original reality.
Yeah, so
she's trying to
almost
recreate
like
it again.
it's
Full
almost
circle.
full circle.
Jesus.
So that was like, whoa.
Yeah, makes you think.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I haven't seen it yet. That's kind of cool though. That's actually super cool to think about.
Yeah.
Okay, superpower. Pick one. I'm gonna give you the downside.
Superpower is like a
Any superpower that you want.
what about like a okay you're gonna give me the downside?
I'm gonna give you the downside. Well, downside or the only way it works for you, and then you'll do the same for me.
Okay.
So,
So I think I've always just wanted super speed. I
Okay.
thought that was really cool.
so super speed. What we're gonna do is there's nothing you can do to change the downside, and I'm saying that because the power I pick, if we didn't have this ground rule set, I could change it. So super speed, but the way and then I'll give you mine so we both can think about what you have to do for yours to work, or just what like a side effect of it. And then
Okay.
you can pick mine. So mine is the power to change probability, to control probability.
Uh-huh.
So do you understand what I mean by that? Or do you want me
Yeah.
to give you further explanation?
I know.
Okay, so yeah, basically I'm just using the power to change the chances of something happening,
Yeah.
of anything. That's the power I pick. I think for yours, it only works if you're running backwards. So you cannot see where you're going.
For yours, you can only change the probability 1% each day.
Each day, but it doesn't reset back to 0.
No.
No, so I can build by 1% every day.
Yeah.
Okay. I can work with
So
that.
it's not too bad, but it's
Yeah,
like
not too bad.
it's not overpowered.
It's an
you know?
inconvenience, yeah.
Yeah. The same as mine. I guess mine is a little more of an inconvenience.
Oh,
I don't know.
for
I just
sure.
I just gotta have a helmet that has like rear view
Yeah.
mirrors on both sides, and I gotta learn how to go cross-eyed or just look at.
Well, but yeah, or you
My
can do one
eyes
that's like
way.
curved.
Yeah,
if
blind
it's-
spot mirrors.
Yeah, if it's too curved though, you're just gonna be seeing the back of your head, only the sides. Okay, now you've got a new question to ask people when they're here.
Yeah.
So,
All right. What would be the downside to flying?
what I do for flying? You have to hold your breath.
Hold your breath. That's not too bad.
Yeah, but if you stop holding your breath, you just fall. And
Well,
that's how
then
that
what
works.
if you hold your breath again?
But how are you gonna? If you're panicking, if you're up
You
too
just-
high, yeah. But imagine you're up high enough where the oxygen's really thin. You can't really get air back to hold your
Well,
breath.
yes, but you don't always need to be flying that high.
Yeah, but also
know.
depending on how fast you're flying, it might not be as easily to catch your breath.
Yeah, probably.
We could
But then you just find your limitation of how high you should
Well,
fly.
the loophole I found for this:
Well,
you wear a wingsuit, so you hold your breath, get up high, stop holding your breath, and just glide. And then when you need to hold your breath again, you start again.
okay. I like it.
Yeah. The loophole I would do for yours is you didn't limit how many things I could change the probability of by 1%. So I could do many things.
I
a day.
was gonna say one thing, but I was like, I feel like that was. Yeah, I don't know how specific I could have gotten.
As
you know.
specific as you wanted. That's just you picked the downside.
Oh, I see.
The downside for like just super strength is I think I would have to have it be like I think it would have to be like it only worked at the gym. Make it just a useless.
You
power.
have to eat
You have
one
you
can
have
of
to be
spinach.
you have to be actively chugging creatine for it to work.
You have to eat one can of spinach for 1 hour of super strength.
Popeye it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's got to be like you. I think it's funnier if it's like you have to be chugging creatine constantly for it to work. If you ever stop, you can't. You can't.
So you just become Bane. You just wear a mask.
Constantly chugging. Yeah. If you ever stop, like as soon as you stop, it just doesn't work for the rest of the day. Your super strength is gone.
Oh, how long is it?
I just say for the day.
How long is the cooldown time?
I would just say a day. It's just once you stop using it, once it
24 hours?
once it reaches the next calendar date, you're good.
Okay.
But I think you can start chugging it whenever, and that's when you get super strength. But as soon as you stop, you gotta wait till the next day.
So you got to be on an empty stomach.
No,
order
not
to get the
necessarily empty stomach. You just have to
full-
chug creatine. You just have to keep constantly drinking creatine.
You'd probably eventually kill yourself.
Maybe.
You'd probably drop dead
Okay.
from.
No, I think
like,
we can change it for
over-
super strength. I think we'll do this. We'll go. You have to keep curling in one arm. You have to curl one arm. One arm has to be always curling. Weight. The max amount, it has to constantly be curling weight. Doesn't matter how much weight, but you have to constantly curl weight.
You basically just gotta stay pumped.
All the at least in one arm. I think it only I think at least in one arm.
What if it's just like you have to be exercising a muscle?
Any muscle?
Yeah. So you gotta like pop in one of those jaw exercises, like.
But technically, you could just say you're exercising, constantly exercising muscles, because walking exercises your legs.
I guess.
No, I think you know what. We'll go super strength. It only works if you're in a very dire situation. It's the only time.
Life or death situation.
For you, only for you. It doesn't matter if someone you love is in a life or death situation. It doesn't work. It's only when you're in a life or death situation.
Probably like I feel. How easy do you think it'd be to put yourself in a life or death situation in order to activate that?
I mean, if you're actually like trying to save people, you just kind of run into the life or death situation. So you just be putting one. But I like saying you couldn't just like use it to help somebody out on a daily task. You'd have to be in a life or death situation. So you could be like, shoot me, hold a gun to me with the intent to kill me. To help them if you need.
Or you could just be like, all right, peace, run into the middle of the road, about to get hit by a car.
Yeah, but that would only work when you're about to get hit by the road. As soon as you're out of the life or death situation, you have no powers anymore.
Oh, so it's that instant?
Yeah, that's what we would do. It wouldn't be like you couldn't like get the adrenaline going and then have it until the adrenaline ran out. I think you'd have super strength to get you out of the life or death situation.
I see. And then once you're safe, then so like if you ran in front of a car, you could stop the car, but then right after that,
yeah, you'd go back to normal. You wouldn't have any injuries because while you did it, you had super strength.
Interesting.
So and then and then for like being able to breathe underwater, the drawback is you don't know how to swim.
So you just walk.
So
underwater.
You can breathe underwater, but you can't swim. So if you're too deep in the point in the water, you have to have someone come get you, or just walk out, find the way back to shore.
Yeah.
So like Aquaman type powers, you want Aquaman's power set? You can do everything except for swim.
You bring one of those little little motor
you
things.
You can't physically swim by yourself. Like it's like you never learned how, and you cannot teach yourself, and nobody else can teach you.
All right, I think that's all we have. That's all the time we have for today.
Do you want one more question?
One more.
Okay, we'll leave this one for them too. That the viewers can answer in comments or whatever they want.
All right.
You get one item.
One item.
Any movie, TV show, comic, video game, you get one item. Only one, but the same rules that apply with the item in where you pick it from applies to you.
I know you have one, but I can't remember what yours is.
It's the Biomnitrix from Ben 10.
That's what it was.
The 2 Ben 10 launchers that let me mix aliens together.
Me? I want a sling ring.
A sling ring?
Yeah.
Okay, but what if you're not magically adept?
Ah, shit.
I guess we could go the same thing for the Ben 10 watches. If I'm not compatible, it doesn't work. And I just have them in their pretty little desk ornaments.
How would you not be compatible? I thought it...
Well, the only reason the Ben 10 watch is compatible with Ben is because it was meant for his grandpa, and they share DNA.
Oh.
But for the sake of shits and giggles, we'll say that you want this. We'll say whatever you have to do to have the item, you're automatically able to use it.
Okay.
So we'll say the sling ring works. You're just magically adept when you have it, or since you have it.
Okay, let me do something else.
You don't want the sling ring.
Nah, there's cooler stuff out there.
Yeah, there's cooler stuff with less. I mean, I guess the sling ring doesn't really have a downside except for, is the sling ring used for all of their magic or only opening portals?
Only opening portals.
So you just want
Loki just want to open up portals.
Portal gun.
They're just the same thing. That portal gun's just heavier.
That's true. That's fair. That is true.
What does the Null Sword do? You can just kill gods with that, yeah?
The Null Sword, well, like, comic Null, his Null Sword? The sword that he forges from darkness? I think it's just one of the kind of...
It's just a god killer.
Weapons. Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure if there's any side effects for it and what they would be. But you could
I guess Infinity Gauntlet.
Okay, but when you snap, it's the same side effects as in the movie.
Well, you said you're automatically
Able
adapt
adapt to use it, but I still said whatever would happen happens. So you can use it, but you're not gonna survive it.
Spider-Man web launchers.
The web shooters.
Yep. We're just going with that. No, or the Iron Spider suit.
I was gonna say I've asked this question to a lot of people, and I get an Iron Man suit a lot. My favorite answer was carbonated soda, or just carbonated water. That was an answer that I got from somebody, a genuine answer that they thought was
carbonated water.
That was a good answer. You want their superpower that they chose was the ability to carbonate people's blood.
Oh,
yeah, that was a superpower they picked.
Oh.
There's you can do the Bioomnitrix. There's a phone in DC that when you use it, you basically call a hero and you gain his powers for like 24 hours.
Oh, interesting.
You could have picked, anything from Naruto that you wanted.
Nah.
Could have picked.
There's not really any weapons.
Well, yeah, but technically you could have. Yeah, that's true. I did say item, but technically an eye is an item.
I get.
You could have.
That is pretty cool. That would be pretty cool to have the Sharingan again.
Iron Man suits, Spider-Man suits, the web launchers. That was a solid one. But you're not gaining their powers, so you would just have web launchers. You would have to build up the strength to be able to swing yourself around.
Yeah.
Well, you'd be able to swing yourself around, but you couldn't like stick to walls or anything. I had another one that you could have picked, and I totally just skipped over it.
Item?
You could have picked
Devil fruit.
Devil fruit. Eat it.
Fruit.
Yeah, you could have picked any of like the enhancements from Cyberpunk.
No, we going with the gum fruit.
Yeah, you can take the gum.
Yeah.
That's final answer. You're locking it in.
Hitonomi model Nika. Yep.
Locking in. Could have.
I ain't gonna be near water. I don't need to be near water.
Yeah, that's true. You could have picked like Captain America's shield.
Nope.
I don't know, I'm just saying, because by the rules that we've gone by, you're adept to use them, which would mean you had the strength and the ability to use the shield. Just whatever side effects come along with that, that's up to you. That's kind of just
we're going with the gum fruit.
Gum fruit, so no more water.
No more water.
No more lake days.
No more lake days.
Can they still drink water?
Yeah, they can still drink water.
Just can't swim.
They just, can't swim. That's about it.
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it to the viewers. If you guys want to answer your superpowers and let someone else... Actually, I think... Give us some superpowers, and we'll... In the next one, if you guys have any, we'll decide your downgrades. Here.
Yeah. If any of you freaking comment at all, jeez.
Yeah.
Sam, I need you to comment right now.
Yep. Your superpower and pick your item. No matter the consequence that you can't get rid of it.
Nico, I need you to comment right now as well. Okay? Comment right now.
And then give us your item, too. And we'll judge it and see if it's a good one or not.
Yeah.
I know Sam's might be the TARDIS.
Probably.
Yeah.
And then what was the little wand?
The screwdriver.
Yeah, what is it called though?
Sonic screwdriver.
Yeah, that's what it's called. All right. We'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, that was